Russell Cooke is a top 100 law firm. We're an unusually broad-based practice. Few other solicitors firms offer such a broad range of services. Most tend to be specialised either on the commercial side or on the family side or on the private client side. We do all of those things. We have 46 partners and around 220 staff over 3 offices, mainly in Putney and central London. We are in the top 100 of law firms by turnover, and as there are some 12,000 law firms in the country, that should give you some idea of where we fit there. Being such a broad-based practice with so many different departments, we were finding that departments were becoming a little bit more segregated and needed a way of communicating who they were dealing with, who knew who was acting for who, and needed a central database to record all that information. We've been using the SalesLogix CRM system with the E1 Metis module for lawyers for around 3 years. It was the package that offered most of the features that we wanted without us having to buy into too much that we didn't need. It was the most neatly packaged of the systems that we'd looked at. With the E1 Metis module, it had particular features for lawyers. As a standalone project, it's very suitable, but it can also be customised very easily to fit very individual requirements, which is something that we found that we needed because we have such a broad range of departments. The system is used by everybody in the firm, and that's across 3 sites in London and Surrey. We have around 270 CRM users across the firm. Those are spread out in different departments who have different requirements of the system. So some departments, such as our commercial property group and our charity team, are very active marketers, use the marketing modules such as the events and the campaigns modules very effectively. Other departments use it in a slightly different way. They use it to keep contact information, client information up to date, to identify referrers such as accountants and barristers, and group those on the system. The secretarial and support staff in departments take care of the day-to-day administration, updating details, and the solicitors can use it to identify groups, to identify targets. A lot of people are using it to identify key clients and strategic contacts. In marketing, we use it mainly for managing mailing lists and for managing events, so it saved us a huge amount of time in terms of communicating to people who's receiving which mailings, allowing individual departments and solicitors to define who they wanted to receive what, who they wanted to be invited to which event. The good thing about the CRM system is the fact that it's proved beneficial across the firm because everybody has found something on the system which has made their lives easier on the marketing and business development side. Having all of our customer information in E1 Metis has meant that we can build up a better picture of our client. We can see who they know in the firm. We can in some cases see who else they know of our client base or our contact base. We can build up a picture of what events they attend, what email mailings that they like to receive. We can see how active they are as a client. One of the most important points about having a central database of all of our clients and contacts is that we're able to run conflict checks via the CRM system. It's very important that we know who we're dealing with when we take on instructions, and in particular if we're acting in a litigation matter, we need to make sure that we're not suing existing clients of a different department, which would obviously be very embarrassing, and also against the law, I should think, in many cases because of the conflict of interest issues there. The feature I like best on the system is probably the events module. It's just so easy to manage events and then after the event record who's attended, who didn't show up. Because that information is very useful for us in marketing in terms of targeting clients. If we've invited somebody to the same event for 3 years running and they've not even bothered responding, then perhaps they're not really interested. The CRM system is identified in our strategic plan as the key identifier of the effectiveness of business development across the firm. So business development activities will be measured in some degree on the number of quality contacts and clients that we add to the CRM system through different business development activities. I would be happy to recommend SalesLogix CRM system to other lawyers in particular because it's fulfilled so many of our requirements. I think for professional services it's a very suitable product.